Tonight we're going to talk about very important topic. The all important. This is extra important. We're going to talk about feelings. Feelings. We're living today in a world that feelings take him out like you're searching for Haimoff. You know, then you go with the candle, Haimoff, that's the same thing again. Oh, as we say, regesh, sensitivity, and because everything today is mechanic. Okay? We have all the boxes that you can have, the computer, the phones, right? Now even in the kitchen, you see once a lady used to do dough, then there you put it on the machine, finish. Everything, we lost it. We lost it. So when we get used to everything fast, the telephone is very fast. The computer we're changing all the time is not fast enough. Yes? Or if your phone, פתאום עושה ככה הצגות. מה קרה לו? הפון הזה. I have to change it. It's not fast enough. Yeah? Not fast enough. So we're becoming patientless. עצבנים, nervous, very quick to react. Very quick to react. Because today everything is electronic. Every place that you call, right away, okay, welcome to this and this and this. Please pay attention that the menu has changed. If you're looking for this and this, press 1. If you know your party's extension, press 2. Nobody to tell you anymore, good morning, how are you? Somebody to pick up the phone, you know. K'lum. Zeu. Finished. So we got used to talk to machines. And we're not living even message by voice anymore. We're living a text message. At least through the message, you hear somebody's voice at least. גם זה הלך. This also went bye-bye. And so now, mutual understanding or mutual feeling. What's the difference between these two? Mutual understanding and mutual feeling. What's the difference between two? No. We have understanding, right? You have a partner and you have no feelings, but we don't step on each other's toes. No. I know my part and you know your part, and we're trying not to say it doesn't mean that we have feelings towards each other. We just know how to live there. But inside and clue, there's nothing. So Havana adadit, meaning mutual understanding means I know the borderline. I know what my husband or my wife will accept. I know if I cross this line, it's going to be World War III. So I know more or less what yes, what no, meaning I understand. Even though I don't agree, I disagree with this, in order not to get into fights, so I'm deciding these are the borderline. Okay? It doesn't mean that we have any connection yet. Or sometimes the husband, okay, that he never remember when is the birthday of his wife. יש כאלה. There are people like that. Or the anniversary. Men are not good at this. Say the truth, men are not בכלל in this game. Men, if you're going to tell them his bank accounts, he remember, who owes him, he remember very good, everything else. But for them, anniversary is שטויות, מה? מבלת, לא את המוח הזה. זה נראה כזה, not important. It's not important. So now, how are you going to look at this? This side. He doesn't care. לא אכפת לו. No appreciation. מה הוא חושב? You don't love me. You know the whole עשרת הדיברות. Yeah. לא מעניין אותו, meaning it doesn't pay any attention בכלל. This is what we're going to get blamed for. Okay. Or your wife asking you, can you do me a favor? Can you put your jacket in the closet, please? Can you put your shoes in there? Why one shoe over here, one shoe over there? מה, אני נראית לך עוזרת בית פה? Put things in. And he said, okay. נכנס מפה, יצא מפה, לא דובים, לא יער, לא כלום. Talk to him. The wall is the same thing. Continuing. So now, if I'll talk to the woman, I'll tell her, listen to me. And it did happen. I had a couple in my office. She was ready to kill the guy. Mamash, and it will be soon homicide case. She's upset. Why are you so upset? Makara, he doesn't care how my birthday. My birthday, he doesn't care. How can it be? He doesn't care for me. He doesn't care. So now I have to start to investigate. I told them, tell me, do you know the birthday of your kids? Yeah. No. No. Okay. More or less, Like the Bukharim, when you ask him when you were born, it says very close to Shavuot it was. I don't know exactly what it was, but close to Shavuot. Okay, that was the mentality. So I told them, when you were a child in your own house, did they do a birthday? He said, my parents never spoke about it. My mother never made me a party, no birthday. So you can see Chick Chak what he came from a house that a birthday Bichlal was not on the agenda. She came from a house that 6 months in advance, they're planning already a birthday. If it's going to be a surprise one, not a surprise one. Where it's going to be, what they're going to serve, whom they're going to invite. Mamash, you see a project called birthday. But then Bichlal, his own children, they don't know when is the bar mitzvah even. And by the way, all the ones who calling me, when is exactly the parasha of my child, is the woman. I said, what is that? Why are you calling me? He said, no, my husband, Bichlal. It's not there. Okay. So now I have to explain there to him and make him understand, that you have to have understanding that your husband on the first day is not first priority. And leave him alone, It will take time until he will. We have to train him in now. We have to train him in. Okay. So this is understanding it. But we don't want understanding only. We want mutual feelings. Meaning, most of the problems that we have at home that we don't feel each other. And I can go on and on. Sometimes a wife wants to spend and she don't understand, maybe you can feel the husband, the situation is not that good. So in the Ketubah it's written, I don't care. I need my stuff. Okay, I didn't say no, but at least, son, don't you feel for me? So, I'll tell you a story. A woman that living in Eretz Israel in a building. Every day, 5 o'clock, she's going out with clothing like she's going to a wedding. The shchenot, the neighbors, they start to say, where is she going every day, 5 o'clock? The husband is still not home. Bicholam, something happening over here. Where is she going? She looks there, and then, everybody, I think I started going this way, that way. But this husband doesn't, he doesn't know what she's doing behind his back. So on and so on. Now, who's going to talk to her? Somebody has to talk to her. So there is an old lady. So everybody said, we appointed you to smell what happened over here. So the old one came to her and said, let me ask you a question. I don't want to offend you, but everybody is seeing you going 5 o'clock every day with the jewelry, with that. Where are you going? Your husband is not home. Everybody talking behind your back. Says, She said, let me tell you, my husband used to be very rich. He lost all his money. And now he's working for somebody and he feels very bad about himself. So I want to support my husband, to tell him it's not the end of the world. I'm still here. So every day I'm dressing like I'm going to a wedding. Yes, I'm putting the jewelry that I'm still have. Yes, and I'm going to greet my husband in the bus stop to tell him that he's still the same wife that he had. I don't look at him, Kaka, you nobody, you lost the money, so I don't care anymore. On the contrary, I feel you, I care for you, and I'm going to do everything to. That's what we need. That's what the Torah requires from us. She could have told him, אתה פתחת אתה, לא יוצלח, מה עשית? Why didn't you listen to me? I told you not to invest there. And it's coming from the one next to you. That you're having kids together. How can it be? I don't know. So, meaning, love bichlal is not there. Don't even think about it. And even the feeling, to care for somebody else, to care for him, to care. And Barimta. And yes, lady, she knows how to deal with her husband. She have to lift him up. By how? She said, you see, nothing changed. Everything is fine. Now, did she fix the problem? No. He still has to work, right? Because he has to provide. But she showed the husband that the heart is wide open and she understands him. She feels for him, and I'm standing behind you no matter what. That's what we don't have today. Kimat disappeared. It looks like, I don't care for this one don't care for that one, and this and that. This is, it's a disaster. How do you get to such a level? To talk, it's easy. But now, how can we train ourselves to start to feel for the other one? The Torah teaching us, if you see the donkey of your enemy, and the Gemara add more into it. How about if you see a donkey of your friend full of load, just about to collapse? But this is your best friend. And then the one that you don't like, and he wants to load his donkey. Whom should you help? Huh? Why? צער בבעלי חיים. צער בעלי חיים. Enemy, I will tell him, get lost. Why should I help you? But over here I have two, my friend, and the donkey suffering. And it's called Tzar Baalei Chaim. The Gemara said, forget this. Forget it. Go to there. Why? Because we have to train you how to become sensitive. Then it's not a coach to be sensitive. Because it's your friend. Let's see you there. Shama. That's how you train. The training is always against the body. You know that? You lifting weights, right? You have to, in order to have some muscles. So how are we going to do that? Rashi come to explain us. We need Rashi's help. And Rashi come and said, here we go. There is a mitzvah to lend money. Is much more important than to give tzedakah. You know, to give a loan to a person is much bigger mitzvah than to give tzedakah. Now, but the verse is very interesting. In kesef talve et ami et ani imach. Meaning, you have to change positions, think that the ani is you, and you are on the other side. You are the ani that coming to ask you for a loan. Put yourself in his shoes. Meaning you have to feel him. You have to feel him. Rashi saying, look at yourself in the mirror. כאילו אתה אני. Imagine that you ani. You need this loan. So it's not enough to give him the loan. The obligation from the Torah is to feel him how he feels. If you give him a loan and you don't feel him, the mitzvah is not complete. Did you hear me? Let's take it home now. Your wife did your help. Okay? Now I say, okay, אין ברירה. שלא יהיה עכשיו איזה קרבות שין בשין. So אני אעזור לה, I will help her. Not because you feel that she is already about to collapse, because I don't want any fights over here. So since I don't want any fight, I have to help her and so. But where is the feeling? באמת she needs help. באמת I'll do something for her. So we're missing the whole point. Missing the point. What was the greatness of Moshe? Where did he grow up? Where? In the palace. השתבח שמו. מי הפעל? יוסף, לא. משה, מה זה בפלס? השתבח שמו. And people outside Shama working like who knows what. He can say, what do I care? What lucky I am, huh? Thank God I fell into the palace, eating the best food that I can have. ויצא אליך וירא בסגלותם. He said, I cannot sit in the palace. I can do it. And he went out. Ready to give up all the comfort that he had. He fell for the people. And Hashem said, oh, okay. You're going to be the leader. Why? Because you have a heart. You have a heart. Chafetz Chaim, why so? Everybody said, Chafetz Chaim, what? How do you know? Did you see him? No. If you read the books in World War I, the Chafetz Chaim for weeks in the He lived in Ukraine. It was winter time, cold, very cold. He didn't sleep in his bed. He slept on the bench outside. An older person sleeping outside on the bench, shivering from, from a coldness, freezing temperature. His wife waking up and said, "Where is he?" She's going out. He's sleeping on the bench, not on the mattress, on the bench. His wife started to scream and said, "What are you doing over here? Why are you sleeping over here? You can't come in. You're going to freeze to death." He said to her, "Many Jews lost their homes. Many Jews lost their home. I sleep in a bed with a blanket, and everybody will be no home. How can I do it? I can't." And they were not able to move him. He said, "Until I hear that every Jew got his house back, all came home, I'll go home." That's a leader. He felt for every Jew. Don't know him. He said, we all a unit. That's why you're becoming a great person. At home is the same thing. Same thing. Many kids going to the street and they messing up with wrong friends, and then they dying from overdose. Who knows? Why? Because we don't feel the kids. We think we are. We don't. Our phone sometimes is more important than your own kids. I'm seeing it. You don't know how many kids are calling me a day. They know I am the only ears that are going to listen to them. And then I have to talk to the parents and say, "Why are you neglecting your children?" Ibi, we're neglecting him, this child. No hakarat tov. He doesn't have to, he's not appreciating anything. He said, you give him what he doesn't need. Like a wife. You told her you stupid, I don't know what, and then after they say, it's not okay. Okay, he come up with a nice bracelet. He said, "Sorry, I told you this." Okay. Neshama, you don't bribe with a necklace. זה לא יעבוד. He's not going to wear. You cannot take something material and try to overcome a storm in the neshama. It's not going to work. And that's what we're doing all the time. The kids are the same thing. I'll buy you sneakers, I'll buy you phone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. אין לי כוח. I have no patience anymore. Oh, okay. So we lost. Unfortunately, we lost. So my advice to all of you will be, I don't want mutual understanding. This is called a ceasefire. When the Israelis and the Palestinians start shooting at each other, it doesn't mean that they feel for each other. They decided, let's keep it quiet for now until the next round. All right? But this is called mutual understanding, is a ceasefire. Ceasefire. You don't cross the border, we don't cross over here. Shalom Israel. But this is not husband and wife. Husband and wife what makes the relationship. She have to feel for you, you have to feel for her, and that will make it. if I feel all the time that I have to sacrifice for you, Haibio, Haibio, and you're speaking to you, Ima said, Polish push, right? Oh, bravo. You took exactly the right words. But so, like champagne, you're doing kacha, 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 and then you take the pitons, you pack and fuse all over the place. Now you don't know what to do now. Because how much can you sacrifice? How much can I sacrifice for you? Because when you feel sacrifice, the brain have very good cheshbon. He said 2 weeks ago I sacrificed. I went to his parents. Then it was engagement. I didn't want to go. I went. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he came home with a guest. I don't know the guest בכלל. I kept quiet. פתאום זה משהו כזה קטן, בלגן, צעקות, screaming, shouting. Yeah. It's accumulating. It's not good. Not good. When a man has a friend, and I hear it time after time, I'm telling you, I don't know. Or a parent deciding to come without any notice. They're calling you, Friday, showing John, we're coming today. Not we can come, you're busy, maybe it's a mikveh night, who knows what. Today we're coming. זה הפסק. זה הפסק, boom, we're coming. So now, what you gonna do? Her parents, your parents, what you gonna do? טוב.
ששליק, רבי, ששליק.
what?
Daro шашлык мекуним.
I can't hear you.
Daro шашлык мекуним.
The coin. Very nice. If the husband, or if it's her parents, or his parents, doesn't make a difference. Whoever is his parent should say, I have to ask my husband, or I have to ask my wife. I'm not the cook, she is the cook. I don't know how much it goes on. למה? I think it should be, second rabbi of the shul. He knows already all the klarim of Ilchot Kibbutz Arayim. We're going to appoint you to be the אתה תהיה הסגן פה. First of all, to your wife you have obligation. To your parents you don't have obligation anymore. You have only obligation to respect them. And now she is coming before your parents. I have news for you, right? You see, you're talking to authority, you know, I'm talking law-wise. Okay, if you want to go to the law book, we're gonna go to the law book. All right? So now, I will tell my parents. If it's my parents, I say, I have to ask my wife. I don't know if she is okay or not. She's tired. She's not tired because we have to consult. They have to do the same things. They have to do the same thing. Whatever I say over here, hello? Whatever I say over here is mutual. The same obligation that you have, they have the same obligation, is fine. You're not a cucumber over here. Okay? They have to ask you, maybe you're tired. Maybe you don't have class to entertain tonight. Maybe you have to sit with your kids. It's more important now than entertain them. I know. Oh, you're telling me? Listen, I'm also Bukhari, as you all know. I didn't come from Switzerland. I know the mentality, I know very, very well. I went through a course, Habibi, or what? What's the course? At the cash. I know all the ins and the outs. Really? Yes, sir. My parents coming. Yes, sir. By the way, my two sisters are coming also. Yes, sir. Today, they feel even like part of them. I hope so. I hope so because, you know, in the beginning, people want to kill me by meds. They said, Matam Shugata, what you trying to change the culture? They were so upset at me. Why? Very upset at me. Huh? You remember? Of course. But I'm a fighter. Okay? No. אני לא אמרתי לו לקבל. Of course. I feel like I'm going 25 years back over here. Okay. Next week, I'm coming over here with my vacuum cleaner. I'm going to clean all this from here. This is not going to go like this. Forget it. Forget it. I have news for you. The moment that you get married, your wife becoming number one on the list. For her, you number one on the list. Hello? Hello? You have to behave. Hello? Right away, under the chuppah, the moment you say, הרי את מקודשת לי בתרבה הזו כדת משה בישראל, your parents becoming number two, your wife or your husband become number one. That's it. Now, when the kids coming, number one stays the wife, number one stays the husband. Then the kids falling to number two, and the parents going down to number three. You don't like it? Speak to Hashem. Speak to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I advise to you, after 120 years, make a list. How come the Torah says that my parents have to be now number three? Hashem will answer you. But that's the law. So I'll tell you what is necessary to do. Now, when you're a couple that care for each other, so the husband will tell his wife, your parents were not here for a long time. Why don't you invite? Or vice versa. How does it sound to you now? Instead of saying, hey, my parents coming here. Today you have to prepare mash, this and that and this. How does it sound? It's coming from you. Bravo to you. That's why he said, bravo. Whoever comes there, bravo, מגיע לו. Okay, very good. See, I'll tell you where it comes, okay? Why should I talk outside? I'll talk about myself, okay? My mother-in-law, she's about 84 years old. So we flew to Israel. So I told my wife, she is by herself. Why she's by herself? Let's take her to America. There is a wedding over here. There, she'll stay. At least let's entertain her. She said, I'm afraid she has no insurance, there's this, and that. I said, so if there is a problem, I'll take care of it. Okay? Okay, so what's she gonna say? I said, I'm gonna buy a first class ticket. He said, for where? I said, what do you care? We took her, עוד היה time של הקורונה הזה. Go to blood check, this check, back and forth, ממש, we took her in and out, and then we took her on a wheelchair, במטוס. אמר, son, אמר לי איזה. Now when we were there, she told me, don't leave your mother alone. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. Go sleep with your mother, Shama, at the apartment. I'll sleep by mine, you sleep by yours. Yane, we went to vacation. It was just to please the two old ladies. One, it's my Ima, one, it's her. We felt for them. We're doing it together. Why? It's something that built for years and years and years. It's not coming just like this. This takes investment to care for each other, to feel for each other. Every day I'm asking her, did you call your mother? She said, okay, I'll call now. Me also, sometimes I'm on the phone, they say, hey, hello, it's 3 o'clock, you have to call your mother. I say, oh, thank you very much. That shows that it's not and mutual understanding, we care for each other. You don't want it even. You say, my parents, your parents, let me talk open over here, okay? One day, if they have the zechut, you're gonna have to take him to the cemetery. That's life. You have to know that, okay? And then you're living with your wife. The only one who stay with you is your wife. Your kids will pack and will go. Okay, each one to his own way. Your parents will go to their way, and then you stuck with your wife. You didn't build anything. What are you gonna do then? Tell me what you're gonna do. Huh? Because there is no feeling over here. There is nothing, no comment. Okay? So it's the most disastrous place to be. אותו דבר יהיה. Yeah. Yeah. And then they're gonna give trouble to the kids. Don't go. It takes investment, it takes understanding, and it takes appreciation. Many things have to get on the table. All right? The Bukharian mentality, פסול מעיקרו. It's ממש not שייך לעולם של יהודי. לא שייך. בכלל, I don't want to hear it over here. You know, if you באמת want to see a future from your kids, you have to take the mentality out, because the kids of today, they're not going to take it. They're not going to take it. We were able somehow to take it. Okay, but not today. Today is not. Also, to talk to each other, also, we have to have some feelings. No? Okay. How? A woman talking to the husband. Here we go. To help other people, you have time. For business, you have time. Just for me to talk to me, פתאום אין לך זמן? All of a sudden, you don't have time. She's right. She's right. But this is an approach. This is approach that don't have no feelings בכלל. It's just כמו איזה חלומי שערה. פח. זהו. That's what it is. לא חכם בכלל. לא חכם. That's smart. What yes? Let me change. So how he's going to answer? What? I don't give you time? I'm משוגעת. You crazy. How many times we talk? I take you out, I take you there. כלום אני לא אעשה עכשיו. Now I'm not going to give you anything, because if anyway you don't appreciate, you like your mother exactly, right? That's the cherry on of the ice cream. So, and now they fighting. Your parents, my parents, you care, you don't care, but I care. All this, you think it will make him talk to you? Look up in משמש. בחיים לא יקרה. אוקיי? בגלל זה שהיא פסיכית ומשוגעת, ומה אני אעשה איתה? זהו. This is not an approach. This approach, out. It is a different approach. Moshe, maybe you're not aware of it. But באמת, I appreciate the time that we are talking together, you know. I have such a good time with you. באמת, it's so pleasant to talk to you. Maybe every day we can spare a few 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just me and you to talk. Maybe sometimes let's walk outside. Or... Which one do you choose? Don't talk about the kids before. The kids, it's like the engineer talking to the contractor. This is technical stuff. You talk about you and her. I missed you today. Thank God I'm coming home. Otherwise, the people that I'm dealing with, kulam mishugaim. Thank God I have a normal wife. So, the kids, if you tell you, no, this kid didn't want to eat today, said, because you don't know how to give him. Take his nose, and that's not called a conversation. What I mean to talk is between the husband and the wife. So many people are asking me, what should we talk about? What should we talk? Don't you have nothing to say about your own wife? No? Huh? In the wrong places. So the ladies, I advise you very strongly. I know that you are very emotional, and sometimes you cannot take this man anymore, and you want to go until when I'm going to take this. But there is a way to approach. I'm appreciating the time that we talking together. It makes me feel very good. Meaning it's me, you're not the problem. The problem is I appreciate the time. I don't know. You appreciate it, but you're saying what I need. So now, in this kind of approach, most probably the man will say, okay, fine. Why? Because he was not attacked. And he heard a compliment that the time that together, it's nice. So the resistance will not be there. So don't jump on your husband. You're not going to gain anything. On the contrary, he will look for a ways to get out of the house, just to avoid confrontations. Approach is very, very important. And this we have to learn. A woman, desire, be careful. You're holding the child, it's very dangerous. Don't play with him up and down. He might fall from your hands. How come you're so irresponsible? The husband sarcastically, after he heard this attack, He said, if I'm not mistaken, the last time that the baby fell, I think it was from your hands, no? That's what you calling for a fight? They'll give you a fight. I promise you. Men, they like to fight. If somebody will call them to fight, every man is like that. We have to take the fight out by knowing how to approach. How about if you're telling your husband, you feeling that the baby is safe? The way that you're holding this baby, I get scared. I get scared. What does it mean, me? That I'm the problem. Not you. I'm the problem. This is not attacking. This is if you care for me, hold this baby in a different way because I have a problem. This is not calling for any fight. They have to learn psychology a little bit. Okay, that's what we're doing here. Meaning, I have a problem. If you want to tell your husband that you're not happy, because of you, that's how we start. You. So now he is the target, Paul, and she is with a gun, Kara. Because of you, I don't see my friends. I cannot see my parents. You don't take me anywhere. פח, 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 פח. אז כמה ייקח בן אדם אחד? You said, I'll tell you what will make him much more. I'm not happy. Did I say it's your fault? Did I say it's your fault?
No,
What did I say?
I'm not happy. It's my problem.
Maybe I'm crazy. Okay. But I didn't attack you. I feel empty. So he is ready to hear, right? But he said, if you're impulsive, he said, Makara, why are you saying it? Wow, did I say you? I didn't say you. So the approach is very good. That's the approach that we're looking for. I have a problem. And we learned it from Yaakov. What happened when Laban chased after him? What did he say? Instead of telling him you're a liar, what kind of an uncle are you? I don't want to see you. Don't touch my kids. Don't come close to my kids. Pa, 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 pa. You know what? He says, okay, you clear on the problem. Okay. Go. Search. I'm ready to take all the responsibilities. I'm not talking about you, Mustafa. Meaning, Yaakov says, if I am the problem, I'm ready to take all the responsibilities, but it's me. We're talking about me. We're not talking about you. Yeah. So, to be continued, of course, it's a very important part of Shalom Bayit to feel each other. And from there, you learn how to feel your kids. If you're not going to feel each other, we're not going to talk about the kids bichlal because you're not going to know even how to connect to them. Okay? Any questions? No question. Okay. Shavua tov, everybody.
Thank you, Rob.
Welcome, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you.
There's no class tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank